In this lecture, we're going to be introducing the concept of mind mapping. Now, I'm pretty sure that some of you are already familiar with mind mapping and some of you are not as familiar. Now, wherever you are and whatever you think, I'm pretty sure that the fact that you are watching this course means that you know mind mapping is important. It can help in different areas in your life, in time management, in productivity, creativity, and eventually achieving your goals properly and doing proper brainstorming for ideas and problems that you have. What it is, a mind map is a simplified and divided diagram used to visually organize information. Mind mapping is based on the power of visual perception of human beings. Visual perception is the process of absorbing what one sees, organizing it in the brain, and making sense out of it. And one of the most common examples of visual perception's importance in the cognitive processes is reading. Looking at the words of a book and being able to make sense of the plot is visual perception at work, according to study.com. And generally speaking, visual perception is when the eye focuses light onto the retina, where it is absorbed by a layer of photoreceptor cells, and these cells convert light into electrochemical signals and are divided into two types, rods and cones, named for their shape. And eventually, these play the essential role inside your brain to be able to link certain visual perceptions to certain ideas and certain thoughts. Most of us are not really aware of the importance of visual perception when it comes to day-to-day tasks and eventually accomplishing your goals and finishing your to-do list. When in fact, one of the first things that kids learn to do at school is to visualize things and make the difference between colors and letters and shapes. As you guys can see, for example, that's a quick example where whatever you're seeing, whatever you're perceiving visually is messing with your mind, because from one side you're seeing that there are 4 sticks, from the other side you're seeing that there are 3 sticks. Eventually, what's causing this mess right here is your visual perception. Your visual perception can affect the knowledge and the logic in your mind. At the same time, it can help a lot. And that's another image right here, where your visual perception can trick you into not knowing what you're looking at. Is it a duck or is it a rabbit, right? Maybe you're saying it's both. But eventually your mind is trying to figure out one or the other. What does it look more like? I think it looks more like a rabbit, right? But that's the power of visual perception. And in this other image, there are 2 different sides to this visual perception. One of it seems like a woman that is wearing fur, that seems very rich. She has a feather on her head. She seems very rich. You guys can probably see that. And that would associate and links your mind to thoughts of wellness, thoughts of money and richness and, this social status that she has. Another visual perception that you might have seen or you might not have seen, you'll be able to see it more after I note it, is this picture of an old woman also. So as soon as if you see that, you might see that she's a bit sad. You might start to perceive it as something else and start thinking about elderly people, maybe your grandma, your grandpa, why she might be sad. And of course, you guys can see a lot more examples here. That basically tackles the same issue, which is how your visual perception can influence your mind. It can influence it a lot. And this is where mind mapping steps in. In these divided, visually organized information and diagrams that you acquire when you're doing mind mapping, you are using the power of your visual perception to be more effective at whatever it is you're trying to do. Now, of course, mind mapping is not simple. That's why there's an entire course about it. We're going to go through the ins and outs and explain how different concepts from going from the core of mind mapping all the way to branches and sub-branches, how you can enhance the core and how you can enhance the structure, how you need to work on different things in order for you to be able to mind map properly. But this is not our topic right now. For you to understand what mind mapping is, you need to understand also what do they help with primarily. So first thing is concepts. Increase in ability to organize ideas and concepts. Mind mapping is all about you taking big concepts and dividing them into smaller concepts in order for you to be able to understand and first understand this concept very well, and second, organize all the different ideas and concepts inside this concept itself. Second thing would be planning ahead, taking notes, achieving more. You'll see how, for example, when you have something to do, when you have a project or a job interview or presentation, an exam, how you can plan. Taking notes, how, for example, when you spend 2 hours in the lecture just writing every single thing that the professor is saying, how this is not good and how you can use mind mapping to work through it effectively, how to achieve more, how to become more productive, manage your time properly, and be more creative. 3 is recalling. Mind mapping really helps with your memory. It boosts your memory and helps you recall stuff, effectively recall information, because you're using visual perceptions. Then you link a lot of information to visual bits and pieces, and that would help you in memory and recalling processes later on. And finally, brainstorming. Explore and discover new ideas and concepts and organize them, so you're not just limited to the same old. With mind mapping, you'll be able to expand your horizon. You'll be able to brainstorm more effectively, go through different concepts that you didn't know before, endeavor new concepts and ideas and experiences and organize them properly. As we said in concepts, you're going to organize all these things, so you're not just going to have all this load of information and concepts and ideas, but you're going to also learn how to organize each and every one of these sections, ideas, and experiences in a way that would be beneficial for you, in a way that would actually contribute and help towards you achieving your goals. Now, of course, mind mapping is not easy. It's extremely beneficial, but it's not easy. That's why practice makes perfect. There's going to be a lot of examples in this course. There's going to be a lot of different explanations, in-depth explanation, and by the end of the course, you'll master mind mapping and it will be so easy and so natural at it.